Let's go.
Number 86. I don't know why it just caught my attention. This is episode 86.
Man, they're stacking up quick.
Stacking up. It's funny because I was like, oh shit, we're creeping up to close to triple digit number.
Yep, and that's why I put the 0 always in front of the 2, just so they stay in numerical order. 001, 002. Now we're at 086, so pretty soon we're going to be at 100. And if we get past 999, that would be that'd be insane.
That's a long ways from now.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Breaking news. You hit it here first.
Yeah.
We're not making it to episode 1000.
No, that would be like decades.
I mean, yeah, because it's taken us, 2 years?
Think about 50 episodes a year.
Yeah. So it's taken us two to get to 100. I mean, just a little less. Say, oh no, because we still have 14 episodes to go. So yeah, it's going to be right around 2 years to get to 100. So yeah, you're looking at 20 years to get to a K.
I hope I'm still alive in 20 years.
God, I'm not sure if I did. I'm not sure if I wish that for myself. No.
Yeah.
Look for that sweet embrace.
Wow, what a weekend of trail and ultra running. We have a lot to discuss as far as events go. Not so much as far as news or FKTs, but there were a lot of good races, including 2 new events and one which is like I call it the all-star game of ultra running, the world trail mountain running championships in Spain. And also there was a new 200 that, I pretty much decided I'm never going to do a 200 until I seen some of the video footage from this new 200 that we're going to talk about that may have changed my mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's dive into the World Trail and Mountain Running Championships. I'm gonna get my screen share up here. Get it here. Okay. Well, present or add to stage. All right. So in Spain, in the Pyrenees, in Canfranc, Spain, it was basically the trail running Olympics, because we don't have this as an Olympic sport. So this was the World Championships, and they combined a couple of World Championships we talked about last episode. And every other year they're going to have these World Championships with a bunch of countries and a bunch of runners competing. And there's both team events and individual or team medals and individual medals as well, which kind of makes this unique. And the U.S. total there was 5 events, and the U.S. ended up with 8 medals total. And that includes medals from individual and from team competition for these events. So we can start, day one we talked about last week, because when we recorded last week, they had already done the uphill event on Thursday. Anna Gibson ended up 3rd for the women, so she got a bronze. She was the only American to get on the podium for the men or the women. And also in that event, the men's team won a bronze for the team aspect of it. So they got 3rd out of all the countries, even though they didn't have somebody on the podium. So that was the uphill event. And then the short trail was on Friday, and that was 28 miles with around 12,000 feet of climbing. And Friday night, I was watching some of the live stream, which would be Saturday morning for them. I was watching some of the live stream from the long trail, And that is like some technical terrain over there.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like steep hills. And I was watching like Walmsley. He was so frustrated and like, you know, I don't know, like it was nuts. Like that terrain is just, it was crazy terrain, very steep, you know, a lot of climbing. So the short trail, there was no medals for the U.S. in individual or team. The closest to team medals was the men and the women. They both finished fourth for the team medals. So they're just out of the bronze. Then the long trail was Saturday, which was 50 miles with 18,000 feet of climb. And the U.S. did really well in the long trail. Jim Walmsley got gold. He won the race for the men. And Katie Scheid got gold. She won the race for the women. So arguably our two strongest trail runners in America, and possibly strongest trail runners in the world. Well, now they are the strongest trail runners in the world.
Yeah.
Won their respective gender divisions. And not only did they win gold, the U.S. men and women both got silver at the long trail, and from the team aspect of it. So the short trail, not so good. The long trail, we did really well. And for those three events, it's like an overall tally, and for the men and the women combined. And the U.S. finished with a bronze for those three events, and France got the gold and Italy got the silver. So there was a classic 14K on day 4, which was an up and down race with a little over 2,500 feet of climbing. I guess this one was a lot less technical than the other ones. This had paved sections and like gravel road.
They just wanted to be fast. It's like how fast can you hill repeats?
Yeah, exactly. It was up and down. And we got a team silver for the U.S. women. So, and there was also an under 20 event, which the U.S. didn't get any medals in that one. So there was big prize money at the World Championships as well. There was 5,000 euros for the winners of each of the 4 main events, not the U20. The kids get screwed. But
they are kids too. Like the pictures are like, it's ridiculous. Like
they're like high schoolers.
it doesn't even look like U20. It looks like U15, U14. Like it's ridiculous how young they look.
Mm-hmm. So there was around $100,000 or 100,000 euros in prize money for the 4 main events, and 24,000 prize purse to each event, 5,000 for the men's winner of each event, 5,000 for the women's winners of each event, and then they paid out top 5 finishers for the men and women for each event. So a lot of money being thrown around at the World Championships. And I'd say that, you know, the U.S. did decent, you know, like Zach Miller, Tyler Green. We had really strong runners. So that just goes to show you the competition that was over there was like insanely strong, because those guys were not finishing in the top. Let me just see real quick if they have the longer results in this page. No, they have the top 10. So yeah, Adam Peterman finished 8th in the long trail, and other than Walmsley in first and Katie Scheid for the women in first, Adam Peterman was the only one that finished in the top 10. So it just shows you how strong the competition really was. All right,
I think it also shows that there's like definitely a difference in trail running, right? Like that trail is much more indicative of what they run on a consistent basis. But if you think about what a lot of your elite, like top tier US runners run, they're out in like Flagstaff, the Bay Area, you know, Auburn, Colorado, Utah now, Idaho. Like they're in like less like really rocky, really shitty, really like they're in less areas like that. You don't see a ton of like top-notch elites burning down New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, like, you know what I mean? And like I feel like our East Coast trails are probably more indicative of the European trails. And like that's just not where our American runners live. It's just, I mean, yes, there are some, but not near the volume. So when you go to Europe, you see them kind of like, welcome to the show, motherfucker. You know, they're like, this is what we run. You know, it is what it is.
Well, if you think about this, part of the Appalachian Mountains are actually in Ireland.
Where it like does the big.
Just, you know, because Pangea split and Appalachian Mountains, you know, they're in the U.S. and in Ireland.
After it broke off. Yeah.
Parts of Europe. So
that's a deep thought there, homie.
Yeah.
The more you know. Woo.
But anyway, one other thing I wanted to note that you just made me think of. So I was watching that live stream of the long trail, and there was like these switchbacks, and I saw somebody cut the switchback. So this is something else that's different in European racing.
I saw a video on this. Yes.
And but they did have rules in place that you can't cut switchbacks, but they don't disqualify the person for cutting switchbacks. If it's a gross cut, like if it's really an obvious, you know, big cut, they will give them a warning. And then the next time they get caught, they are penalized. Like, I can't remember. It was like a minute, or, you know, it wasn't like anything serious. So I saw somebody cut, and I was on the live stream.
Oh, that was on the live stream. Okay. I saw a reel. I saw Instagram reel where it was like a woman coming down like what looked like a road almost. Like it looked more like a either a gravel road or like a light paved road. And like either right before she got to this point or right after she went by, like this dude is like bomb, like just like right across the trail that she's going on, and you can see her double back, like look, and then kind of double right back to where he just bombed down. You're like,
wow.
And like it had a caption, something to the effect of when cutting the race or when winning the race outweighs cutting the trail or something like that. Like it had like a little caption to it. But it's like it's a thing over there.
Yeah, this was on the live stream because it was like a single track trail with some switchbacks, and it was pretty steep too. And the commentators were talking about like how they give them a warning first, and then they give them the penalty and whatnot. So I thought that was kind of interesting, a difference from the U.S. racing. All right, let's go to the Mammoth. The Mammoth 200.
Such a cool looking race.
All the trails that were on the live stream, and they had drones, right? So it wasn't like we were just seeing the aid stations.
Yeah,
like, we were actually seeing the course, and every shot that I saw was just like nice trails, man. Like nice single track or those gravel roads that are just smooth as ice.
I was gonna say, dude, like it is like a ton of like I don't know the term that's like we call them fire break roads, right? Like
fire roads,
fire breaks,
I think these are national forest roads.
Yeah, they're a service road. I mean, they're just what are we talking? And it's like, oh, by the way, and it's like here's what's funny is like, a lot of times when you think about service roads, again out here on the East Coast, you're like big huge holes in them.
Oh yeah,
run it out and muddy. No, man, these babies are like butter smooth
Oh,
surface
yeah.
road. Their service roads look better than some of the interstates out here on the East Coast. I was like,
That's a fact.
damn. I was just like, this is nuts. Like
I
that, like
know.
the trip. But dude, we're going to talk about some of that elevation in a second, the results of it. But oh, what an amazing looking race! It's dude, listen, they do not have qualifiers. Like it's one of the only I think Coco does. Mammoth does not. You do not have to run 100 or a 50 miler before you do it. They're just like, fuck it, know your limitations. So listen, man, old man Johnny's allowed to come off the shelf in November. It might be full on, like, let's begin to get ready for Mammoth, baby.
I kind of have a plan already for next year, but I might seriously be looking at 2027 Mammoth because
I mean,
this race just looks awesome. I'm like,
oh, so cool.
There's a lot of trail on the desert floor, but it's like high desert, right?
Yeah.
The trails all look smooth, like we already talked about. The scenery, like the Eastern Sierra, is just like you don't even feel like you're in the United States when you're in the Eastern Sierra. Like those mountains, they're awesome. You go by a lot of alpine lakes, and it's top notch. And this was just the beginning, right? Like this race, I guarantee you, it's gonna grow quickly.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It's going to start selling out next year. I guarantee.
Yeah, what's wild is you could very easily do Coco and then this race.
Yeah, Rachel Entrekin did.
Yeah, and she did all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
she only won both of them,
I mean, she did okay.
Yeah.
On that note, let's talk about Rachel Entrekin.
Yeah, great idea. So Rachel, she just, she put on another masterclass in running 200s. Her and Tara Dower were running together for a lot of the beginning of the race for like 15 hours. They were pretty much running together, it seemed like. And then Tara dropped. I still haven't seen anything on social media about why Tara dropped. Maybe that doesn't mean that it's not out there. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, once Tara dropped, Rachel was just way out in front of all the other women and way out in front of all the other men, except for Jimmy Elam, who she was not far behind. And Jimmy, that dude just freaking crushed it, man. Like I couldn't believe how flawless his race was. Like he was just steady and smooth and just moving efficiently the whole time. I'm excited to read his write-up on the race if he releases something. It was just really impressive. So Jimmy Elam ended up going on to get first place. And this is one big loop, by the way, too. It's a 200-mile loop, which is really awesome.
Yeah. It's like Tahoe used to be.
Yeah.
Just one giant loop, which is super cool. For a 200-miler, one big ass loop or point to point is the way it's got to be.
Yeah.
Has to be. Don't make me go over the same shit even once. I don't want to go over the same thing even twice.
Yeah.
I want to do it one big looper, point to point, and that's it. Like I love that Coco and Mammoth are like that.
Yeah, it's very cool. And it's 110 hours to finish the race. It's 214 miles. There's 31,000 feet of climbing, which is
not a lot.
It's not. Yeah, it's like a little over 15,000 feet per 100 miles, or not even, because there's an extra 14 miles. So It's not even, it's maybe like 150 feet per mile average, which, yeah, it's not much in terms of 200s. And Jimmy finished this race in 44 hours and 42 minutes. So that time alone.
Wait. What did you say Jimmy did in it?
44 hours and 42 minutes.
I have 45:16.
Yeah. You know what's weird is that I got two different results. Let me see what.
Now, admittedly, I'm looking at Instagram. I'm looking at the Instagram post from Mammoth.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what they have on iRunFar. It says Jimmy. Yeah, this one says Jimmy Elam finished in 45 hours and 16 minutes.
It's 45:16 because like the Instagram post. It's funny because like the clock says 5:16, so you know it's supposed to be 45, and like you can see like when the video was like when the thumbnail of the video stopped, it was 6 seconds after he crossed because it says 5:16:08.
Okay.
So,
yeah, so that's probably right. And if you look on the Ultra Weekend Recap from Ultra Running Magazine, they said Jimmy Elam engraved his name as the race first male finisher, completing the loop in 44 hours and 42 minutes. So they must have just had a.
They suck. They suck. They're wrong.
So I'm sorry. Jimmy Elam won the race in 45 hours and 16 minutes, which is still just crazy fast. Like that's less than 23 hours per 107 miles.
Yeah, dude, it's insane. So here's the other funny thing, right? And this will kind of be a nice segue for us into our next point. Is all right, fine. We're sitting here kind of like gently poo-pooing the fact of like the elevation gain is only 30,000 some odd feet, right? Well, fine, fair, but all of that gain is already at elevation. Yeah. Like it is up there. It is up. And so how high, like almost an extraordinary amount of the videos I saw about this race, people were in like fucking full on winter rig, like pants, coats, hats, gloves.
Yeah.
And so
at night it gets cold.
Yeah. They even posted, what was it? Would have been last night or the night before? What night? Well, wait, I'm losing track.
I think they finished up on Monday.
Yeah. So it would have been Sunday night, right? It would have been Sunday night. They went to winter conditions.
Yeah.
They went to winter conditions and did a course reroute due to icy summit weather. They put an alternate snow route in. Like it got real up there, boy. It got real.
Yeah. So, and then but earlier in the race, they were complaining that it was a bit hot because of the full sun. So it's true mountain weather. And that's one aspect. That's probably the hardest thing about this race is that you are at like between 8,000 and 12,000 feet above sea level. Yeah. So, the altitude is going to be the most challenging part, other than the fact that it's 214 miles. The altitude is going to be, the most challenging aspect. So Rachel Entrekin, she was on Jimmy's heels, and she ended up finishing in 46 hours and 50 minutes for second overall and first place for the women. There was prize money for the Mammoth, and there was $20,000 total prize purse, $5,000 to each winner. I'm not sure how many places they paid down, but so second place male was Edher Ramirez, and third place male was Max Joliffe, who also ran a very solid race. And then second place female was Amber Weibel, and she was fifth overall. And let's see. Third place female was Callie Smith in 63:31. So let's see here. We had somebody finish in 105 hours. That was the last finisher, 105 hours and 26 minutes. So 88 people finished. Oh, there's still a couple people. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, there was some people that didn't start, and then there was some DNFs as well, but not a whole lot of DNFs.
I mean, I do feel like as we get more and more and more data, I do feel like your 200s will have a higher finish rate than your 100s.
Yeah, because it's really it's a long hike.
It's just a long hike that you just got to be able to mentally toughen through.
Yeah, I mean, some of the elites like Rachel Entrican are going to be able to run the whole damn thing almost.
But, yeah, they're trying to burn it down, but like mortals like us,
yeah,
like just go shuffle a couple hours in a day and then power hike until you're tired.
Yeah.
Take a 90-minute power nap, get some food in your belly, and then jog a little bit more, and then power hike the rest of the day. And like that's the name of the game, man. Like it's just a battle of attrition until the finish line.
Yep, I agree. And Cole Crosby and Chaos Crewing were out there at the Mammoth 200. I'd like to get Cole on the show to tell us more about this race because I really want to know more. Cole, so if you're listening, we need you to come on.
Next week might be a good week for that because I'll still be on site.
Yeah, and I don't know when Cole is going to France for the 24-hour championship.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let me see. 24-hour championships. October 18th and 19th. So yeah, let me I'll reach out to him after the show and see if he'll be around and wants to come on. Okay, let's turn our attention to the bear. Okay, the bear is one of my favorite 100-mile races that I've done. It's in northern Utah, starts in Logan, and it eventually crosses the state line into Idaho, and it finishes at Bear Lake, thus the Bear 100. And this race has been going on a long time, since 1999. So it's a classic. It's a hard rock qualifier. There's like 21,000 feet of climbing, I think. It's in September, so all the aspen trees are turning golden. It's really some stunning scenery out there. It's a nice race, dude. Like the Bear is a really nice race. And I'll be talking a little bit more about the Bear later on, but this year we had a total of 251 finishers out of the 335 starters. And there's a 36-hour cutoff for the Bear. Mike Capri jumped out to an early lead, and he kept the lead the whole time. And he won in 18:34. And let's see, Zachary Garner was second in 19:27. And Jose Cruz, who's the guy that did Wasatch, I think he won Wasatch, right? Let's just double check that. Yeah, he won Wasatch just a couple weeks ago. He ended up getting third. And that's not the first time he's done this double. He does this double quite often, it seems like. But he came in third in 1940. And for the women, Sarah Humble ran the fifth fastest course time in the 27-year race history in 21:12. for first place for the women, and Catherine Graham was second in 22:02, and Cody Muthig was 23:03 for third to round out the podium. And that was the Bear.
The Bear is that's a qualifier for you, right? Hard Rock?
Yep, sure is. Yeah, it's one of the 2 qualifiers that I've done. I did Bear and I did Fat Dog.
Bear, like climbing pretty tough on the Bear.
It's like it's spread out pretty well. Like so right off the bat, there is like a 4,500 foot climb. So it's like, almost a quarter of the climbing is in the first like 7 or 8 miles. And then you have some other like medium-sized climbs throughout the race. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's, there's the single track trail is pretty nice. There's some sketchy like Forest Service Road, but it's pretty nice trails overall. It's a nice course. The aid stations are great. The race personnel is great. The volunteers, the atmosphere is great. Although something really weird about when I finished, they had like the weirdest post-race meal I've ever came across. They had some sides, like, I don't know, people just brought sides, like whatever, pasta salad or potato salad or whatever. But the entree was like shrimp and fish.
Oh, that's right. I remember you telling me about the shrimp.
That was so weird, dude. Like
the fish could make a lot of sense. Like, oh, it's fish we caught right out of the creek over there. But like the shrimp, like what?
Yeah, it was so weird. Like, but I was starving, I've been out there for like almost 34 hours. I'm just like loading shrimp on my plate.
Just smash the shrimp. You got your mercury content for like a year and a half.
Right. I think they had burgers too. Like, I don't know. It was just really, really strange, but no, very, very cool race. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about my experience there later on in the show. But let's move on to the Yeti 100 put on by Jason Green. Probably one of the coolest race directors out there. Yeti 100 is on the Virginia Creeper Trail, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a really nice like rail trail, rolling hills of Virginia. There was 160 finishers this year, and April Bailey, she won the race outright. She got first overall and first place female, and she ran the second fastest women's time ever, 15:42, and she finished over an hour ahead of the next competitor, Megan Alvarado, who was the second female and fourth overall in 18:14. Lindsay Cascow was rounded out the podium in 19:41 for the women. Wayne Capicillo won for the men and second overall in 16:44. And Travis Alt was second, 17:43, and Travis placed third. So got a couple Travises there, second, third, in 18:23. So that was the Yeti. And Charlotte, Costume Chick Charlotte, Marathon Costume Chick, reached out to share with us the costume that she dressed up in. And let me just say, out of all the costumes that we've seen her wear, this one is by far the creepiest costume. So last year at Yeti, there was a Pepsi machine that had some creepy doll sitting next to it. Well, she dressed up just like that doll and like took this creepy ass picture next to the Pepsi machine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's one of her better costumes. I think I saw an Instagram or a reel or a video or something where she was making it. She like poured bleach on it and she like rubbed dirt all over. Like, I don't know. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was like, nice job, Charlotte. Anyway. So yeah, that was Yeti. Spartathlon was this weekend. That's the 153-mile road race from Athens to Sparta over in Greece, and it's pretty famous race. But yeah, it is a road race, so you're dealing with heavy traffic for parts of it. Like, hard no for me, hard pass.
Yeah.
No thanks. But it is a very iconic race, and a lot of fast runners do this race. Andrea Morochik from Hungary won for the women in 25:09, and Radek Brunner from the Czech Republic, he won in 21:14. He attempted 5 times in that race. He's been on the podium and never won, but he finally got his victory.
Finally cracked it.
Yep.
That must have been kind of cool, right? 5-time podium, and then finally being able to get that first place. That'd be pretty dope, actually.
Yep. Bittersweet. There's a race that's been going on for 42 years in the East Bay, like Oakland, California area. The Dick Collins Firetrails 50. This is a super classic race. And whenever you hear any of the old timers talking about ultra races on podcasts or anywhere, if they're from the Bay Area, they've run Firetrails 50. Like, everybody talks about it. And
have you done that one?
I have not. I have not done it. It is a lot on like Fire Road. It's kind of a faster race. There's a decent amount of climbing in the Firetrails 50. There's definitely some hills over there in Oakland. Let's see. Dick Collins Firetrails 50 climbing. Oh. How much climbing? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, shoot. I did see it there. Looks like 8,000 feet of gain. Okay, so it's not crazy, but it's decent. Anyways, classic race. Caitlin Bolt won for the women in 9:46, and Kellen Scott won for the men in 7:43. He finished an hour ahead of everyone else, so pretty dominant. Okay, moving on to FKTs, which there was really no major FKTs to note this week, but we do want to give an update on Kilian's State of Elevation project. So after biking from Colorado to California through the desert, the dude did not waste any time. He jumped right into Norman's 13, which is a technical as hell route of 14,000 foot peaks in the Sierra Nevada mountain range. And he just crushed it. In fact, he set the fastest known time for Norman's 13. And he did
that part. Like, just that sentence alone is ridiculous.
Yeah. So when he did Norman's 13, he did 16 14ers, and he did that in 56 hours and 11 minutes with 38,412 feet of climbing. So, and those are technical climbs. I'm not sure if they use ropes or not, but I know I sent you that video of when it was wintry conditions.
I mean, there's a couple of them where like there's a couple
this
on
one,
his Instagram. That one, dude, that one made me anxious.
I totally agree.
Because like there's a part, so you had made a comment, you're not sure if they use ropes. There's a section there, if you listen to it with volume, he even makes the comment to the guy below him, something to the effect of like, hey, do you see it? Or hey, can you find it? If you can't find it, we can just tie in a rope right here. Like they are full on ass.
Yeah.
Like it very much gives a vibe that they're up there like, oh shit, we done fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. I think
Totally.
is that the one I think it is? Hold on, wait, that might be
that snow creates like ice on those rocks.
So slippery. And
Yeah.
like those rocks are already kind of slick rocks anyways. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
It's just,
I believe it's granite. I believe.
I think.
So yeah, that's just nuts, man. And the wind blowing and like,
oh dude.
And it's got to be so freaking cold in your hands.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know, because he has. Well, I'm toggling through one of like the collections of photos he has that he kind of put on here, and there is one where it's like it's kind of a cool picture. It's right after a video, and it is just like someone racked out in a sleeping bag. But like the videos are just. I mean, like just insane.
I know. Like this project has lived up to the hype so far. Yeah. And so he finished Norman's 13, and then he went over to a single peak that's not in that cluster, and that's White Mountain. So he went over and he did White Mountain, and here's some of the photos from that.
This is the one I was just actually watching too.
Yeah, so he did that in 7 hours and 27 minutes. I guess the access to White Mountain is very tough. 9,700 feet of climbing, 16 miles.
Keep thumbing through that one real fast. It might not be. I might be on a different one than you're on.
Yeah. So he had to cycle 74 miles to get there. Crazy. So here's the total stats that we have so far to date. And that's 70 14ers, 401 hours, 300, just shy of 340,000 feet of climbing, and 2,275 miles. That's biking and on foot. Like, it's just hard to fathom. So now I'm guessing that he's on his way to Shasta, or he's probably already reached Shasta, and guessing he's either climbing up Shasta or done, but we don't have a update on
a live tracker of him.
Yeah. We just have to wait till social media.
Yeah. Good old social media.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll await Shasta, but after Shasta, he's got to ride all the way up to frickin' Washington.
Yeah.
And do was it Mount St. Helens or Rainier? Wait.
Is it Rainier? I think it's Rainier.
Mount St. Helens. Yeah, Mount Rainier is 14,000. Yeah, Mount Rainier and Point Success, which I believe is right next to Mount Rainier. Liberty Cap. Okay. So I don't know. There's like There's like 3. Oh, Mount Rainier and then Mount Rainier Columbia Crest. So I don't know if the other 2 are accessible or not, but yeah, I think Mount Rainier is the main one. So he's got to ride all the way up there to hit that. How high is Mount St. Helens? Oh, that's only 8363. Never mind.
Only 83.
Oh, do you know why? Because the damn thing
the
blew.
top of it blew.
It blew its top.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll be probably when we report next week, Kilian will probably be finished up with this project.
God, that's crazy.
One last thing to look at. We wanted to do an update on the Chinmoy 3100 and latest update. Andrea Marcado passed 2,100 miles in 30 days. In second place, Basu Duzzy with passing 2,000 miles in 30 days. Okay, so Andrea Marcado did it in 30 days and 17 hours and 27 minutes. 30 days, 17 hours and 2 minutes for Basu Duzzy. So they are literally like, they're literally like 25 minutes apart right now, those 2. Oh, no, wait. 2,100 versus 2,000. Never mind.
Yeah, I was like, what are we talking? Like, what? No, yeah. And
No.
what's crazy is, here's how fast this kind of race can really begin to like compound upon itself. Andrea has 100 more miles than him, right? Or Vasu. I don't know if Vasu is a him or her. Andrea has 100
I think
more.
Andre is a dude too.
Oh wait, you don't think that's Andrea?
Let's just double check.
The first place person has 100 more miles than the second place person, right? What's crazy is they've been able to.
It's a dude.
Is that him? They've been able to stack up the extra 100 miles on the second place person by only doing 3 more miles a day. Like, that's crazy, right? Like,
yeah. So basically, I think Vasu's only chance is if Andrea, something slows him down.
Well, yeah, because at this point now you have an average of 3 miles per day deficit on them. So now not only do you have to make up the 3 miles per day deficit, but you have to now, to make up that 3 mile deficit, you gotta go in excess, right? Like you gotta now put 6 miles on. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah, it's gonna be tough. But anything could happen, so it'd be interesting to see.
The cool chart on here is the one that's down a little bit, that breaks down some like daily math, daily average. Oh wait, golly days, I'm tired. Sorry, folks. Scroll up a little bit or down, whatever way. Back. Yeah, that way. Other way. No, other way. Right there.
Yeah. That's the one I was looking at.
I like this one because, like, you look at 9 and 10. Like 9 and 10, you have to average 59.6 miles a day to finish this, right? So now 9 and 10 have to figure out a way to how to bump out 3 miles more, 4 miles more a day.
Oh,
just to get back into the positive.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. So there's 8 people that are currently on track to finish, and 2 people that have fallen behind the average needed to finish.
And I got bad news for number 8. Like, that fucking sweeper, that Grim Reaper's right behind him, boy. That Grim Reaper, until the breath.
Right? Oh man, that's funny.
What a wild race.
Yeah, and if you can look down at the live scoreboard, down even further, last update September 30th, 9:16 p.m.
Yeah.
Which was just like a minute ago. Andrea Marcado has 53.7 miles today. Vasu has 51 miles. So yeah, it's just like, you know, he needs to really start putting in some more miles to catch him. But all right, that was the
Oh man,
3,100
yeah.
mile update.
Harrietta only has 35 miles. Like, yeah, see, like that 35 miles today is not going to cut it, Harrietta.
And Ananda Lahari only has 38.9.
Yeah.
That's not
Oh,
going to
you're on
cut
the
it
life. You're
either.
on the life. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
They still have a couple hours left, but I can't see them getting over the average needed for the day in a couple hours.
It shuts down at what time?
I think midnight. No.
Or is it some crazy? No, it's like
11 or midnight. They have 18 hours on the course, so they have 6 hours
6
to sleep.
6 a.m. to midnight. Yep, they have 6 a.m. to midnight. So yeah, they have. You know, it's 9:20 here. So gosh.
Yep. Yeah. 2
what
hours.
A race. What an interesting race.
2 hours and 40 minutes roughly left in the day. So yeah, it is just a crazy ass race, man. Like the half-mile block in Queens that they run around 6,200 times. Yeah. Something like that. Anyway, all right. Well, that's it for everything except for the 3 T's, which we're going to talk about now. 3 T's is along the lines of what we did last week, but this week is not necessarily your best race performance, but it's just the race where everything just went smooth. Like you just felt steady the whole time. You know, like you didn't have any stomach issues. You know, your climbing was fine, like late in the race. You know, you were even able to maybe muster a jog or something in like the last 20 miles of 100 or whatever.
Well, we know what yours is, so go ahead and hit us with it.
Yeah. So if you didn't pick it up earlier, mine is the bear, and it was tough for me not to say that was my best race performance because I think I could have done better. But that race went so smooth. And like my running friend, Sean out in Oakland, him and I, we did the whole 100 miles together, and both of us had a really good race. Like we were both, there was times when I was kind of down and he was up and he dragged me along, and it was vice versa. Times when I was down, he was down and I was up and I dragged him. But it just seemed to flow. Like the aid stations, we did a good job eating and turning out those aid stations. It just seems smooth. I mean, we did get, tired as fuck, of course, and it got super freaking hard. Of course, it always does. But like, yeah, there was like, knock on wood, there was like no issues throughout that race as far as injuries or just like a bonk, like a hard bonk or anything like that. And it was weird because that had never like happened to me before. And I was even able to run some of the downhill, like thanks to our pacer Ram, for like motivating us to run downhill, because I did not want to run at all. But he was saying, you can get sub 34. We got to go, and then it's like, oh, F you, man. But anyways, so yeah, I would say that race just went smooth. Like I don't know how else to describe it. I just didn't have any major problems, no major bonks, which is pretty rare for 100, like for me anyway. So.
Yeah.
And it can be the same as your best performance too.
Yeah.
If you want.
So I have 2 races that really come to my mind that were similar to what you're describing. And I feel like the first one I'll bring up is So the first year I attempted Mo 100, we got rained on for like
I know that year.
for like 18 straight fucking hours or some crazy bullshit.
Yeah.
And got time dropped at mile 86. And I've never been happier to get time dropped. I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah.
Like, get me the fuck off this course. So, I mean, Mark Carroll literally let me rest for like 3 days and sent me a text. And the text was nothing more than, so now what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean, so now what? And he's like, well, you're trained up. You're in great shape. You got the shit end of a stick in some rainy weather that just fucked you up. Now what? And I'm like, I don't know what we're getting at. And he's like, let's go do a shakeout run. Let's go do a little jog. I'm like, fuck off. He's like, no, seriously, let's go do a little jog. So we went out to Delaware State Park. We did this little jog. And on the little jog, he's like, listen, I think you should go up and do Hallucination 100. And so for the folks that don't know, back in the day, back in my day, Mohican used to be on Father's Day weekend, where fucking God intended it to be. Mo 100 should be on Father's Day weekend.
Putting it out there.
None of this soft ass bullshit with where it's at now. The thing needs to be on Father's Day weekend, where you have all kinds of jacked up stuff to deal with. But anywho, it used to be on Father's Day weekend. Hallucination is like mid to early September, correct? So
it's early. It's the weekend after Labor Day.
Okay, yeah. So it's like, yeah, so early September. And it's not northern Michigan, but it's not southern Michigan either. It's far enough up there where it's cooler there than it is here.
Yeah. It's north of Ann Arbor.
Yeah. And so I thought, I'm like, all right, well, I will say this. That race, if you are hardcore trained up for Mo 100, I don't want to say any 100-miler is easy. If you're trained and in of a mindset of Mo, Hallucination is doable.
Yeah.
And so Steve Hannes was like, dude, I'll run the full 100 with you. And Steve Hannes at this time was just, Steve might still be in unbelievable shape. I don't 100% know. But then Steve was in fucking ridiculously good shape. He was a strong. This is back in the day when Steve did Cruel Jewel. Like, he was
and he
strong.
Smoked Cruel Jewel.
He did great at Cruel Jewel, yeah. And so this is back in that time. And I'm like, so I'm like, all right, dude, Steve and I ran that whole month. I am not shitting you. We did all, and it wasn't until about mile 96. Steve was like, hey, man, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and turn it loose. I actually got a chance to get a PR here. And I'm like, now I will say it made me feel pretty good knowing that race was so smooth for me that we got to mile 96 and Steve was still looking at a PR. I'm like, turn it loose. And him and someone else just took off like that out of hell.
That's insane. That's awesome.
And so I remember coming in and I remember coming into like the clearing of where you begin to enter the park, and Chad Hill being like, hey, listen, if we lean into this just a little bit more, you can get a sub something or another. And I'm like, fuck it. And I leaned into it, and like I got a really good place. I got a really good time.
Nice.
And it was that race though. It's like what you're describing, where like excess 6 loops or some stupid shit.
Well, back then it was 6 loops, 16 mile.
Yeah, 16s. And I just remember coming into every aid station just be like, yeah, I mean, I'm a little hungry, I'm a little tired, but like feet never got fucked up, didn't chafe, never got overly hungry. Just like it was weird. It was just like, it was kind of like being on the world's longest fucking 1 mile run. Like, it was just so weird.
Yeah.
Felt great. Felt great.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah. And it's just so weird. Now, the next year I went and got my face kicked in at Mo 100 again. You know what I mean? But did finish as you and I did it. You know what I mean? And I got my face kicked in at Mo, and then
we spent like 2 loops together. Hot. It was so hot.
So fucking hot.
Oh.
So, you know, I mean, like, but like that race really jumps out. And then the other one that does jump out is Rim to River again. Like it was like, I cannot believe how good I felt at every aid station. Even the one where the guy saw me turn around there, like, you know, I was like, the lights were kind of on, but no one was home. Even then, it was just like, yeah, it's cold, I'm dark, and I'm tired. You know what I mean? But I wasn't like fucked up. You know what I mean? Like there was never that point of like dread or like woe is me or like, you know what I mean? Like I've done a lot of races where I've leaned on trees and just thought, what in the fuck am I doing out here? And I can honestly,
like sitting at an aid station, like there's like it just seems impossible.
Yeah, sitting at an aid station, head between your knees, just like sobbing internally, like what in the fuck? And I will say, at Rim to River and at Hallucination, I never once got to that point for either one of those 2 races. So I feel like the better race of this example would be Hallucination Hallucination, but like both of them I got really lucky. I mean, I just got really, really, really lucky and had good nutrition and honestly just ran the race intelligently for the first 50 miles or so. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, didn't let the adrenaline take over and like take off like a bat out of hell. Like I ran them both pretty disciplined and just kind of made friends and shot the shit. And I will say, man, 100 milers are shockingly easier. Duh. If you can find another human being just to kick it with.
Yeah.
To kick it with. Just like shoot the shit. And weirdly enough, if they're a stranger, it's even better because you got more shit to catch up on.
Right.
You literally got one of those entire lives to catch up on. So tell me about when you're 4. You know what I mean? Like it's just crazy. Now, the con to that is you got to be cognizant of if this person turns into a vampire, right? if they all of a sudden start like complaining about bumps and bruises and achies and stuff like that, you got to cut them loose. But if you guys are just chopping it up, my goodness, you can just peel off miles. It's just amazing. And I think that's what really helped me at both those races to do what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, sometimes I get in that mood where if you meet somebody, like the miles just go by so quick. But there's other times where it's like I am just so fucked up that like I just don't even want to waste any energy on a conversation, you know? So it's like it goes both ways. But
100%. I had a guy at Tahoe that had like he had like a fast pack on, right? But on top of his fast pack, he had like one of those tubular like outdoor speakers, and it wasn't playing music. It was straight up playing some dickhead motivational speaker the entire time.
What?
It was just like, dude, I wish you could. Like as soon as someone comments and says this motivational speaker's name,
like Tony Robbins.
Not like it was fucking Tony Robbins. I knew it.
Oh man,
this dude was playing Tony Robbins motivational speeches on loop, and like I bumped into this dude. I bumped into this dude leaving an aid station, and his crew was like, "Hey, our guy's kind of fucked up. Do you mind walking with him for a little bit?" And I was like, you know, why not? Dude, I didn't even make it all the way out of the aid station after saying, yeah, I'll walk with him for a little bit. I didn't make it all the way out of the aid station. I'm like, I gotta fucking double time and get away from this fucking psychopath. Like I'm gonna legit murder this dude in remote time. And it was the funniest thing. So sometimes you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
So
for sure. All right. Well, we are getting to the end here. So we're both going to be in the Pacific Northwest over the weekend, and I definitely planning on having a show next week. and maybe try to see if we can get Cole on to talk about Mammoth and talk about his upcoming 24-hour. But yeah, so that's about it. Thanks everyone for listening. We appreciate you. And we will catch you on the next one.
All right. See you.